There are so many top laners that you can choose between in League of Legends. You got tanks, assassins, maged, ranged, brawlers. So I decided to make your decision easier for you. I'm going to teach and show you everything you need to know about all the top lane beasts, so you can find out which top lane legend is best for you and your playstyle. Quinn and her twin brother Caleb wanted to become Knights of Demacia, a goal that was sadly lost when her brother was killed while they were protecting a family from a beast. Quinn often visited her brother's grave, but this time was different. As she was sobbing over the grave, she couldn't hear the beast, the same beast that had killed her brother, sneaking up behind her. Luckily, just as it had pounced on her, she was able to jump out of the way. Knowing that her aim had not been the same since her brother had died, she was still going to attempt to send every single one of these arrows at this beast and bring it down for her brother. And she did just so. She sent every single one of those arrows going flying at that beast, but with that aim not being on par, she could not hit any vital spot. As the fight went on, she got tired, she started to get sloppy, and the beast started to cut her, started to rip her, started to maim her. As she was on her last breath, understanding that this last arrow couldn't do a thing for her and she was going to die, the beast started to charge. But no, a blue flash flew through the air, going right for the eyes of the beast. This bird was a Demacian eagle, a species of bird thought to be extinct for a long time. This is also the bird, the symbol, the emblem of Demacia. The bird was doing all it could to keep the beast at bay, as the bird was getting tore apart itself. Quinn understood what she had to do, as with this bird attacking this beast, it gave her just a sliver of hope, a hope that she had not had since her brother died. So she took that hope, she knocked that arrow, and she sent it. She sent it flying all the way through, not even close to hitting the bird, yet perfectly piercing the mouth of the beast, going straight in and just straight through the brain. Quinn was too tore up to move, but the beast was dead. The bird did not leave her side as she went all the way back to Demacia. I love the way that they actually integrated the lore into her abilities. Her passive is Harrier. Valor, Quinn's Demacian eagle, periodically marks enemies as vulnerable. Quinn's first basic attack against vulnerable enemies will deal bonus physical damage. Most people are going to start their E on Quinn, which is her vault. Quinn dashes to an enemy, dealing physical damage and slowing its target's movement speed. Upon reaching the target, she leaps off the target, briefly interrupting it, and lands near her maximum attack range away from her target. This is quite nice in the early game, as you can dash in and dash out real fast, dealing damage, plus you get extra attack damage every time your target is marked, and anytime you land any of your abilities, the target gets marked. As she is an ADC top laner, Quinn's probably not going to be better in high elos, as most people know how to deal with ranged top laners in high elo. But low elo, I can speak from personal experience, people have no clue how to deal with. So you can roll in with a Quinn and run the top lane. But be careful, because if you give the laner the early kill, they kind of just win. Your Q, blind assault. Quinn calls Valor to mark an enemy and hinder its vision before damaging all enemies in the immediate area. This, combined with your E in the level 2 1v1 matchup, is really solid, as they probably won't be able to see where you are or what direction you're running, and even with their dash, they're not going to be able to catch up with you, which becomes a problem in the later game, especially if you get them fed, because if they've more fed than you, all they have to do is slightly dash in the direction that you're bouncing off of their face, and they kind of just kill you, which I did run into quite a few times against like Aurelias that can stun me and then just kind of like dash all the way to me. Next up, we have her W, her heightened sense, which is your #1 max ability, which is actually a pretty solid ability. Passively grants a Quinn attack speed and movement speed after she attacks a vulnerable target. The active is to reveal a large area nearby. This one's actually pretty nice, because if you ever just want to if you ever just want to peek a bush, yes, it is a long cooldown, but shoot, if somebody's in that bush, it gives you so much more of an advantage. And I mean, you don't die. you got for pretty much a free face check for the bushes. And playing Quinn is playing two people. You're playing Quinn and you're playing Valor, because 90% of your abilities pretty much just roll on Valor. Your ult is literally just having Valor fly you around. And honestly, I think her kit is super fun. Her R is just movement speed with a little bit of attack at the end. It makes it so nice to traverse the whole map. She's really good in the laning phase as long as she's not really facing another ranged matchup, because ranged top laners just do good in low elo. I found it best when I was to dominate the early game, get a little bit, get fed, and then push to the other lanes and just kind of fly around the lanes, either destroying their laners if they were over pushed, or just destroying turrets and keeping the waves pushed as possible while my team just did the rest of the work. This is just a method I was trying out, and it seemed to work really well. Anytime that I was falling behind, it was much harder to do because I would just go into the lane and I don't know her skills as much as I should and just kind of die. But I assume with the more comfortable you get with Quinn, the easier that the roaming into other lanes would get, and you could understand your matchups better and just run into any fight knowing exactly what the way that fight's gonna go. Quinn is a marksman, so if you like a ranged top laner, she is the right one for you. But you guys do need to know your matchups. There are plenty of matchups that Quinn can't actually go into, else she's probably gonna get railed, or you have to play as passively as possible the whole game, and nobody likes to play passive. Well, you might. That's why I'm making this list, so you guys can know exactly what these people are like and who you should play. As you guys didn't really seem to care much about the skins last time, I'm just gonna tell you that her skins are probably B tier, just all around skins, not the greatest, and there's really not that many of them. I'm gonna put her at a medium difficulty. I don't think she's too hard to play, but she's also not the easiest to play either. If you guys think Quinn is the right choice for you, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to smash that subscribe button, and until next time, make sure to stay frosty. Peace.